Today's video. Engine's finally out. We're gonna go ahead and assess the damage and weigh our options. Stay tuned. Oh boy, this is a mess. Transmission fluid and gasoline everywhere. So the engine is out. It was very difficult because we can't turn the engine over, so the converter had to come out with the engine, and they did not like being separated, let me just tell you that. So we're gonna go ahead and get behind here. I don't even think I can get the camera behind there, but we're gonna get behind the flywheel and get them bolts out. We're gonna go ahead and hopefully be able to pull the balancer off and maybe salvage the cam. That would make a very nice day. So let's get started. So we went ahead and took off the converter, and now I'm going to do a little bit of investigating to see if it ate my cam. So from a first glimpse, it definitely looks like there's some wear marks. It doesn't feel like it's scored, and it's gonna be really hard to see with the light, but there is lifter left. So it didn't eat a lifter. It doesn't look like it ate the cam. I might have put enough assembly lube on the cam to buy me 24 seconds of runtime before it locked. So we're gonna go ahead and take off the covers, get the push rods and lifters out, front cover off. Hopefully I don't have a balancer puller, but I'm gonna see if I can work around that. And we're gonna try and pull this cam out and see if we can salvage it. Fingers crossed. So we're starting to look at the push rods. So here is the top of the push rods on. So these are what they're supposed to look like. And there is what they currently look like. They definitely, they're a little smidge worn. It's not horribly alarming, to me at least. Alright, so we got all the head bolts out. Really nice waste of some really high quality multi-layer steel gaskets, but whatever. More that it came from. So I'm looking here at the lifters, and I don't know if you all can see, there's about the same wear on all of them. Nothing horrendous, that's just dirt. But some of these, some of them got some pretty decent, like, light scratching. None of them are like totally halved or eaten up, so it's still looking good. All right, so let's get this balancer off and see how bad the damage is. Did it just turn over? What the fuck? That's just my luck. It doesn't turn over easy, but now it turns over. So this bolt does not want to cooperate at all. So I'm gonna first get a hammer. Ooh boy, don't miss it. Pro tip, don't hit the bolt so hard that you round off the edges and now you can't get it back on. Also, while I find something else now, we're going to hit it with some good old PB Blaster, not sponsored. So it didn't want to come loose for the breaker bar. It didn't want to come loose for the impact. So after about an hour and a half of soaking with PB, we are on our... So we're going to heat this up, hopefully knock it loose, and be able to pull this balancer off. This is spicy meatball. Oh boy. Okay. This is how ridiculous this is, by the way. This is what you have to do when it's a one-man show. Nothing like a good old cheater bar. And it'll also demonstrate on how stuck this is. Another bar. Oh, come on. Oh boy. Got to tip over this whole motor. Well, it's 2 hours later, and the bolt has snapped in the crank, so the crank is toast. I really don't care about this motor anymore. I just want the cam. That'll do. Well, for anyone asking, yes, I did save the reusable gasket. But if you need an LS cover, you know, I know where you can get one. Half off. Free shipping. Slide into that BM. So now, oh boy, we're gonna get a wrench on that one. 10mm wrench. Thank God my garage is so disarrayed, but I know where I keep my 10mm. Oh, that would be the cam retaining plate. I'm an idiot. Well, the good news is the cam does come out. However, I just thought I'd show you guys. I have to use a ball-peen hammer here and cut or beat down the cast steel enough for that not to happen. Once we can do that, we're gonna be out of balancer anyway, and the cover. At this point, this is all that I care about, this gorgeous Texas Speed cam. So, let's talk about our options here. So, option 1 was to put a 6-liter that I built for another car into this truck, since it would work, it would match up, harnesses are relatively the same. It just needed a lot more finesse. Like, I have parts that I haven't ordered from it. It's a complicated motor, it's not totally finished. However, it is built and can support high horsepower. One problem, this truck, we're running a 4L60E, which does not handle any kind of abuse over, like, I wanna say 400 horsepower. Like, they're a very stout trans for stock engine with a cam, something mild. So the final option was we went to the junkyard again, and this is now engine number 3, 5.3, and hopefully 3rd time is the charm. Knock on some wood for that. But we paid $550. We got a 5.3, it has like 190,000 K on it. That was a weird way to say it. It has 190,000 some odd miles on it. Again, these motors are pretty much 20 years old at this point. They're gonna be high mileage. So to save you guys the time, I already went ahead, we put the cam in it, we put the front main seal, or I shouldn't say the main seal, put the front cover seal, the balancer, all that back on. So this motor's ready to be put back in, bolted together, put the harness back on it, and run it. This time with a factory pan. I haven't touched it, I haven't opened it, so I'm going to make sure that the gauge is also on this time, verify we have oil pressure, and then we can hopefully drive this thing. So I know this was supposed to be like what our options are, but really the only sensible option, another junkyard 5.3. Big thing with these engines, when you go to take off the exhaust manifold head bolts, they tend to strip or snap inside of the aluminum head. Again, 20-year-old motor. Unfortunately though, this one got the best of me because we have a stuck bolt there, a really stuck bolt there. I got the extractor snapped off in that one. Also, the extractor snapped in that one. So, needless to say, pulled the head. I do have another one. Thankfully, I have a 706 head. It's a little, she's a little, you know, beat up and seen better days, but that's all right. Went to our local Advance, got ourselves a head bolt kit. Again, these are torque to yield bolts, not ARP. And since we aren't running boost, I got just a simple stock replacement gasket. These will not be able to support any boost, but I just want to get this thing driving. And again, any nitrous or boost, that's going to send this head gasket to the moon. So we're going to go ahead, get the head gasket on, and hopefully then be able to put it back and start rebuilding it. So we got the head back on the block, torque to spec, ready to go to be put back into the S10. So this is where we're getting the video off here today, guys. Thank you for watching, and catch you later.